Alright guys, continuing Theros, we are fighting the army of the returned. And we're gonna kick Timerit's butt. Timerit. This hand is not that good because I'm gonna have to wait until like turn 4 to be able to play this guy. This is, yeah, there's just too much contingent on red here. I need to draw a new hand. Way better. So let's play this. Turn 2 we'll be playing the Killing Fiend. Turn 3 we don't have a turn 3 drop. Turn 4 we will probably be playing the Marauding Maulhorn unless this dude comes out really super strong. And then we'll use this guy as a little bit of defense. Alright, turn 2. Bam. Turn 3 we will play this guy. I think y'all pretty much know the know the way that this goes so far. I think you're, at this point you should be pretty much getting an idea of how this deck performs. What it should be doing, how it should be cracking. 1-3. And doesn't really matter here. I could put counter on this to keep it more defensive. It kind of doesn't matter. I mean, like I could make this a 2-3. That's fine. I'll just make this 2-3. Could have went either way. I could have had a 1-2 and a he's gonna block anyway, so I'm not gonna attack in there. Could have had a 1-2 and a 2-2. That would have been okay right there. Now I've kind of put all the responsibility on that 2-3, if he has multiple attackers or anything. What is with the 1-3s? Thought you were coming out strong. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, I got multiple options. Right now, if I want to get rid of both these, I can attack in. And yeah, I'm gonna. I could attack in and then pump this with the Titanic Growth, and it would also pump this, and that would kill both of them. But actually, I think I'm gonna play this. I want to take the aggressive approach, especially because I know what I have in my hand. To be aggressive. No point in attacking in yet. They suggested this, the computer did, and I think that's wrong. I think I've got enough control this next turn to come in strong enough to where I feel like the 3-3 is kind of defensive. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to hunt the weak. And I'm going to hunt the weak this 2-4. Bam. And, I sort of have a decision. That was my decision. I know that they're going to dual block here, which is absolutely what they should do, but I can take out both these creatures. So, I mean, it works out. It's good. And, ideally you want to use the Titanic Growth to sort of be, non-removal when it doesn't have to be. Like, if I get to hit in, if I get to Titanic Growth this guy and just slap, Army of the Returned in the face, I would much rather do that than only getting in an extra point from this. Man, he just dropped a bunch of my good cards there. Let's see. I got a few things I can do. I think the best thing is that, keep his creatures constantly at bay. I can use the Timbling Guide and boost this to a 4-4 next turn. I can also boost this and make it a 2-2 unblockable. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this. Just because the mana cost doesn't quite sync up. I would actually preferred to have played 2 of these lower spells right there. I would have preferred to have had 2 forests on the board and maybe played the Tracer and the Titanic Growth. I think that would have been the stronger Titanic Growth in this guy, and then having a 5-5 and a 5-3 coming across the board like that. Now that 4/2, Prey Upon's just not good here. I can Prey Upon and boost this thing and hit that, but that 4 is going to kill me. Let's see, how do I want to handle it? Basically, if I swing in with this, he's almost guaranteed to block with that 4/2. So I kind of need to think of a trick or two here. And if I had, you know, multiple greens, I could buff this, making that a 7/7 and then Prey Uponing right there, killing that, and then he would not be able to kill this creature, which would be completely ideal. But that's just not going to happen. Yeah, it's saying this is the best. I almost agree. But I want to kind of thin the herd here. Hopefully the way he'll block here with this creature, and then they'll block this to try to kill the Hunt Beast, which is pretty much what I'm banking on. I'm going to swing across with everything just because I want to go ahead and get that extra 1 point in. I'm planning on pumping the... Oh, blocked up incredibly different than I thought he would. I can pump this here, which would also pump this, get 5 through. I can also pump this and smack in the face for 9, and then have only 6 turns swatting with this, and then I could lower it with that. Yeah, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm actually going to go ahead and pump this guy, smack for 5, get his 4/2 out of the way. I think that's the better removal idea there. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the point of the deck, you know, we're just trying to, you know, overtake them with removal, get better creatures out there than what they have. That's kind of it. This is cool. Let's see here. I am going to, yes, I'm going to actually play the Timberland Guide. Let's see, let's do it like this. Let's play the Timberland Guide. No, I don't think so. I'm putting it on this. And then I am playing the Krinko's Command. Again, attacking him with everything. He'll probably duel up on this guy. That would be the best plan there. Ooh, he's scared of his life total. That's what's up. Alright, then that's fine. Dueling up on this would have been probably the better play. Let's get rid of the Hunt Beast and then to have small things after that. And the game does really weird things like that. What was that? Destroy target untapped creature. See, there were better times to play that. I guess we're going to swing in here. That'd be cool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's fine. If we needed that, you know, extra 3 points of damage, we could have done something like Prey Upon, you know, Prey Upon one of those 1/1s, and got that extra 3 points off of the Kiln Fiend. Alright. And, let's see, we got this, it's life gaining. It's not really aggressive enough for me to like it. This would be better than, you know, that thing that came out for 5 that dealt 3 damage, I think. Again, we've talked about Cultivate, it just doesn't have its place. This doesn't, you know, a 1/1 for 2 doesn't have its place even though it gets us land. Let's see here. Not a bad card. I would say the best card that I got in this entire thing is either the Mind Rot, the Voyage's End, or the Tormented Hero. Those are the best 3 cards out of there. We're going to continue, but oh yeah, we get a rune and we get to open up the next plane. Before venturing into the next plane and searching the city and all that, we're going to kind of plan our deck. now. We kind of have to be conscious of, you know, which direction we're going in. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to check out our card collection. You can go in there in the card collection. It's one of your sub menus. And instead of going up all, at the very top, just go ahead and flip that to Innistrad. The first thing we're going to do in Innistrad is check out what's left as far as red. And as far as red, you know, we've got a ton of these cards. By the way, if you don't understand the numbers under here, when I first was playing the game, I didn't understand. There are 4 of these. It's a common. It means that you can have 4 of them in your deck. If you notice, there are only 3 of this, but it's not highlighted in yellow like this one. That basically says you have 3 out of the 4. Uncommons, which are silver, you can have a total of 3 in your deck. Rares, which are 2, you can have a total of 2. And mythic rares are actually 1. See, we have 2 Charmbreaker Devils there. So as far as green, you can see here that there's nothing else that we really wanted out of Innistrad. The Vengevine would be really good out of Innistrad, but we don't need it. And I know that, you know, some people get a little anxious to, you know, they don't want to see me grinding cards to a, you know, a ridiculous kind of fashion, you know. So we will come back and get this guy for sure. He is important to our deck, but we don't need him now. Oh, whoops, did not mean to go back out of there. So let's go up here to the next plane, which is Theros, and check out the red-green here. Anger of the Gods is super good. It's just not good for this deck. I don't think we need any more of the Balta Karanos. As far as, you know, untapping creatures and stuff, we don't need to do any of that. Our whole goal with this type of a deck is to beat someone down and burn the stuff out of our way that we don't like. This card's pretty good. I mean, like, this card is actually pretty much a monster. I mean, it says monstrosity. It is good. The thing to that, though, is that it's 3 green, which means it has to be a dominant green deck, and right now we're too close to 50% to be able to run this. You know, once you get up to 5 lands, I can't guarantee that you know, on turn 5, I want to guarantee that I have 3 green and 2 more to be able to play this, and then, you know, on turn 6, 3 green and 3 more to be able to play that monstrosity. I don't want to mess around. I want to have exactly what I want to play always. This card is super good. There will be a better card that, you know, we can kind of balance. I'll talk about later. But this card is actually really good. The problem with this card is that if they remove your creature and you target it, you kind of wasted 5 mana and probably a turn. This is not important because it's sorcery speed. Sorcery speed slows down your deck, and if it's not removal and it's sorcery, I don't want it. I mean, like, this could be good. It could end you a game. You know, feel free to prove me wrong. These are way too expensive for what they do. This guy's actually really good in a different deck type. So going back up to the next plane, in Ravnica, what do we want? Well, we've got 2 Foundry Street Denizens already, and we got some Krinkos Command. This guy is it. This guy will stomp you to death if you leave him on the board and you don't have an answer for him. If you're not answering him, he's gonna demolish you. I have 4 foil of these Paper Magic, by the way, in a Jeskai deck that I have. You know, number 1, I'm running Jeskai tokens with Jeskai Ascendancy, and another one I'm running Jeskai aggro deck. You can look up those decks online. I'm not going to get into them or anything like that. If you have questions about those decks, feel free to leave me comments, and I'll answer some questions. They're type 2 right now, or standard rather. And moving along, Gutter Snipe is super good. It just sort of depends. If we're not dropping a lot of instants and sorceries, he's not all that good. He's just a 2/2 for 3. This guy is actually proven its worth to me as far as this really limited way that we're playing it. Act of Treason's okay. This dude is a stomping ground. So Ravnica is really big for red for us. 3/3 for 5. that is not good. That does not, our vanilla test. We want a 4/4 for 4, and on 5 mana, we really kind of want like a 5/6 or bigger for 5 mana. But this has double strike, and double strike means that it is going to deal first strike's damage, and then it's going to deal just normal combat damage. First strike basically says that in your combat phase starts, and first strike damage happens first, and then normal combat damage. So if we have 2/2/2s, and I have first strike, and you block, my first strike damage will occur first. It's striking first, and if that's enough to kill your creature, then it's going to blow your creature out of the water. That being said, if I have a 2/2 with first strike, and you have a 3/3, that 2 damage wasn't enough to kill it first strike, so your 3 damage is going to come back and kill it. But the Blood Rush ability is what makes this thing so good. That Blood Rush ability is, only 2 red contingent, so we can make that happen. And then we discard it, and target attacking creature gets double strike. So I can put that on a 1/1 that you are not blocking, and that's 4 damage. And then since it went unblocked, it's going to deal an additional 4 damage. That means that I can deal 8 damage to you off a 1/1. That's minimal. That means that I tap 5 mana and then do minimal 8 damage to you if it goes unanswered. And it's Blood Rush, so it's a discard ability, and that means that I didn't cast it. Casting something from your hand, like if I were to cast Wrecking Over for 4 and 1, you can counter it. The Blood Rush, you can't counter that. You have to deal with it on the board. So that's really good. This guy's super awesome. He may or may not go in our deck. It just kind of depends what the variation we're playing. Really, the variation that I'm trying to get you all set up for is 5 mana and under. And 5 mana like this is going to be your kill card. So I really don't want to, this guy says 8 damage, believe it or not. And this guy says 3 damage. And then maybe 3 more, and that's across 2 turns. This guy says 8 damage for 1 turn. Just trust me, that's how it's going to go. For 6 damage here, 5, that's pretty weak. If we were playing extremely limited, like if you're doing a booster draft or something, it would be good. Siege Dragon, he's just not fast enough for 7 mana. Actually, believe it or not, this kicks his butt. Moving along. In green, these have proved okay. They have not won a game for us. If we were playing with our Elder of Laurels, this card would be super. I mean, like if you're playing, that green-white, and this card goes unanswered with Elder of Laurels on the board, you're hitting for some severe damage. We are not playing enough creatures to make this worth it. If we had a ton of Krinko's commands and things like that that produced a ton of tokens, 3 mana for a 5/5 would be good, if we had like 5 creatures out. But if you watch most of our gameplay videos, we have anywhere from 2 to 4 creatures, and if he's the only creature that comes out, he is a 1/1 for 3, and we can't do that. This guy's a trampler. He's a beast. If you look at him, he's a fish beast, and he evolves. What evolve means is that if something with on your side of the board, if I cast something that has a power greater than 2 or a toughness greater than 1, since he's a 2/1, he'll get a 1/1 counter on him. So if I cast a 3/1, he becomes a 3/2, and then after that, if I cast a 0/4, he would get another counter on it, because so this guy is actually really good. It's good to play him on turn 3, and then on turn 4 play that Advocate of the Beast, because the Advocate of the Beast is a 2/3, and that automatically makes this guy a 3/2, and you'll just see him getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The thing to that, though, is just that he costs 3. Our Kiln Fiend costs 2, and Kiln Fiend just blows him out of the water in comparison. This is going to give us life and things like that. Not important. We don't run enough creatures to make Chorus of the Might good. And this guy, we've removed him. That being said, Guild Gates are kind of good. We have, let's see, we got them somewhere. Here we go. We'll be running probably a couple of the Gruul Guild Gates. so you can drop a mana. It does come into play tapped. Something that goes into play tapped kind of slows you down, but that's it. Other than that, Ground Assault here is phenomenal. This is 2 mana, and however many lands you have in play is how much damage this does to a creature. And you know, this is sort of limited gameplay, so that's actually pretty good in this type. So that being said, for the next video that we have, we are going to continue on into Ravnica, and the reason being is because Ravnica is like a gold mine for our deck, and Theros isn't. So we're going to skip on through Theros. There's no reason that we should play in here anymore. Stay tuned for the next video, and then we'll get into Ravnica, and we will search the city. Thanks, guys.